All right, guys, so today we are going to do a review of metric conversions. I know that this is something that we've practiced a lot, but I wanted to give you a nice little review before we kept going and we have our test over this. So the thing to remember when you're doing metric conversions is King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, which is kind of a funny saying, but we know that this is actually an acronym and it helps us remember um, the different measurements for metrics. So K stands for kilo, H stands for hecto, D stands for deca, and we abbreviate that one DA because there's an A at the end of deca. B is your base, and that's where you'll find your liters, grams, or meters. The other D is deci, and that one's just D. And then there's centi, and then there's milli, which is M. And the thing that gets a little bit confusing is that when we see an M, we want to automatically go to milli because we always forget about how the base can be meters. So what you have to ask yourself is, if it's just a single M, you need to go to the base. If it's an MM or MG or ML, then you go to milliliters. So in order to solve metric conversion problems, you have to find your starting spot and then move to your ending spot. So for example, if I'm going from millimeters here to decimeters, I need to start here and figure out how many times I moved, which is 1, 2, and I moved to the left. So I need to take my decimal point and move it 1, 2 spaces to the left. So here's an example right here. I'm going to exit out of full screen mode so I can use my pen here. Here we go. So I have 985 millimeters, and I want to go to decimeters. So I'm going to start by writing King Henry died, and remember this one's DA, by, I always capitalize my base so I know where that one is, drinking chocolate milk. All right, so I have millimeters. That means that I'm starting here, and I'm going to decimeters, not decameters. There's only a D, not DA, so I'm going to circle that one too. All right, I have to move 1, 2 times, and I'm going to the left. So that means my decimal point is always at the end of a whole number. So I'm going 1, 2 times, and I'm going to the left. So that means that my new number is going to be 900, or 9 and 85 hundredths. Okay? Let's do this one. I'm going from kiloliters to liters. So King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And you might not think that it's important to write this out every time, but I promise you that the second that you decide to not write it out or not use this, you will go the wrong way. It has happened to me so many times, I can't even tell you, so make sure that you write this all out. Now we have an interesting dilemma here. I see that this is KL, so that means I'm going to start here at my K, but I don't see an L up here. So you have to remember that your base could be liters, grams, or meters. So in this case, we are going to our base. Okay, so I have to move 1, 2, 3 times to the right. So I'm going to rewrite my 6 down here. Remember, my decimal point's always at the end. So I'm moving 1, 2, 3 times. Now, something that I know some of my classes struggle with is, okay, well, what do I put here? Well, you fill this in with zeros, okay? You fill in those empty spots with zeros. So that means that 6 kiloliters equals 6,000 liters. And that makes sense because we've talked about how a kiloliter is worth 1,000. If you're talking about like 2K17, a lot of people have used that abbreviation before. Well, K just means 1,000, so 2017. Well, that's the year that we're in, so that makes sense. On this next page, I'm going to have you try these problems on a separate piece of paper. You can use the same piece of paper that you used when you did your customary conversions. Make sure that you show this to your teacher so we can check these over and make sure that you're on the right track and send you on to watch some of the rest of your videos. So thank you for watching and have a great day.